Proxima Centauri, just 4.24 light-years away, the closest known exoplanet to Earth, and maybe the first world humanity will ever try to reach. But here's the real question. How do we get there? Do we crawl across the stars, sleep through the journey, or bend space itself? Because the ship we choose won't just decide when we arrive. It will decide who arrives, and maybe what kind of civilization humanity becomes. There are three possible futures. The first is the generation ship, a giant mechanical world drifting through the dark. Not just a spacecraft, but a complete civilization in motion. Inside it, there are farms, schools, medical systems, genetic archives, children laughing in corridors built from steel, people living entire lives between two stars. Powered by nuclear fusion, it moves at 4.24% the speed of light, fast by human standards, but slow by cosmic ones. The journey to Proxima B takes 100 years. That means the people who launch from Earth will never be the ones who arrive. 1,800 passengers leave. By the end of the voyage, 4,572 step onto the new planet. 7 generations are born, live, and die inside that ship. And that changes everything, because a century in space doesn't just move people, it transforms them. Their language may shift. Their values may evolve. Their traditions may no longer belong to Earth. By the time they arrive, they won't just be Earth's descendants. They'll be the first true people of the void. That's what makes the generation ship so powerful and so terrifying. It's not a mission. It's a slow birth of a brand new civilization. And unlike every other option, it arrives truly prepared, not with a handful of explorers, but with population, with tools, with food systems, with genetic diversity, with everything needed to survive. Slow, yes, but survival has never belonged to the fastest. It has always belonged to the most prepared. Then comes the second future, the Cryosleep Ship. Smaller, faster, more efficient. Instead of carrying a civilization awake, it tries to put time itself on pause. Still powered by fusion, but now moving at 21% the speed of light. The trip takes 20 years, but for the people on board, it feels like almost nothing. Just 5 months of biological aging. No decades, no generations, no children born in metal corridors, only 33 people, sealed inside cryopods, their bodies cooled, their metabolism slowed, their minds pushed into near silence. No dreams, no memories of the trip, just Earth, darkness, and then another sun. It sounds almost perfect, and in many ways, it is, because cryosleep solves one of the biggest psychological problems of deep space. Humans are terrible at waiting. We underestimate how much long-time horizons break motivation, how boredom becomes stress, how isolation reshapes identity, how even strong minds can fracture when the destination is too far to emotionally feel real. Cryosleep removes all of that. No century of sacrifice, no cultural drift, no grandchildren inheriting your mission. You leave Earth and wake up at Proxima B still feeling like the same person. That's the dream, but there's a hidden weakness. A colony is not built by speed alone. It's built by numbers, by labor, by infrastructure, by biological diversity, by redundancy when things fail. And in space, things always fail. So while the Cryosleep ship may arrive faster, it arrives thinner, smarter maybe, fresher definitely, but more fragile. It's perfect for pioneers, for scientists, for the first team that plants the flag, but not necessarily for the people who can hold that world for centuries. And then there's the third future, the one that feels like science fiction, the warp ship. No waiting, no sleeping, no generations passing in the dark. At 392 times the speed of light, the journey to Proxima B takes just 3 days, 22 hours, and 48 minutes, less than a week, to cross a distance that would take today's spacecraft tens of thousands of years. But the ship doesn't really travel through space. It changes space, compressing the distance in front of it, stretching the space behind it, riding a distortion in spacetime itself. Inside the ship, the crew feels almost nothing. No crushing acceleration, no violent force, just the impossible. Stars bending, light distorting, reality itself seeming to fold. If the generation ship is patience and the cryo ship is biological mastery, the warp ship is pure defiance. It is humanity looking at the universe and refusing to accept its rules. But here's the truth most people miss. Even if warp becomes real, the first warp ship probably won't be a colony ship. It'll be tiny, experimental, dangerous, maybe just 7 people on board. A test crew, a proof that the impossible works, enough to arrive, not enough to build. And that reveals the biggest lesson of all. The first ship to reach another world may not be the one that truly owns the future there. History has shown this again and again. The first explorers discover, the first settlers struggle, but the ones who arrive with systems, with scale, with stability, they're the ones who last. That's why the fastest ship is not automatically the best ship, because colonization is not about touching a planet, it's about surviving after the landing. And that changes the entire answer. If humanity wants to visit Proxima Centauri B, the warp ship wins. If humanity wants to explore it quickly, the Cryosleep ship makes the most sense. But if humanity wants to stay, if humanity wants to build cities, raise children, grow food under another sun, and become something permanent, then the generation ship may still be the most realistic path, not because it's the most advanced, but because it understands a truth civilization has always known. A new world is not conquered by speed, it is built by continuity. And maybe that's the deepest part of this entire story. These aren't just three ships, they are three different philosophies of humanity. The generation ship says, we endure. The Cryosleep ship says, we preserve. The warp ship says, we transcend. Three technologies, three mindsets, three versions of what our species could become. And when we finally reach Proxima Centauri B, the biggest question won't be, which ship got there first? It will be, what kind of humans stepped out of it? Subscribe for deeper knowledge.